And as a young man, he was summoned to the wars. Spent his best years with blood on his hands.
Hey guys, it's HomoMoto. How you doing? I'm doing better. I haven't posted a video in a while. I had an upper respiratory infection, and between that and the weather being horrible here, rain and cold and everything else, I just haven't felt like getting on the bike and shooting a video. So here's you a new one. I did vote today, and comment I really want to make is, if you didn't vote, don't complain. I hear all kinds of people complaining about this candidate or that candidate, or on both sides. And what gets me, a lot of these people that are complaining didn't vote. To me, if you didn't vote, you have no right to complain. It infuriates me to have people run people down in the way they do their job, and you didn't do anything to change the situation. This country is in a mess. It has been for a while. Everyone keeps blaming all the politicians, but part of the problem is the same people that we keep re-electing again and again and again are the same people that messed it up to begin with. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is, when a president comes into term, specifically president, the first couple of years is what they're trying to erase what other presidents have done, or trying to put different plans into action. Plus, they're also having to deal with the positives and negatives of the previous administration. It's not just the presidential. Of course, this wasn't the presidential election. This was the midterms. And it's funny because I've said before, I'm bipartisan. My ballot was peppered up like you wouldn't believe. Looks like something's going on up here. I don't know what it is. I do see emergency lights. But my voting form, I mean, there was some Democrats, some Republicans, because you know what? I voted for who I felt was the right people, not one party or the other one. Because there's certain parts of both parties I really like, and there's certain people in both parties I really like. So I think people should learn to follow their heart and their head when they cast these votes. Don't vote for somebody just because they're a Democrat or just because they're a Republican. Because, you know, both have positives, both have negatives. Try to figure out what's going on up here. That was the inmates cleaning up the trash. I kind of like that program because it gives them a chance to get out, you know, to breathe free air. It also helps clean up the community. And they kind of work off, I don't know, they kind of earn their keep, I guess. I worked in corrections for a while, so, you know, I kind of like seeing that program. The downside to that is you do have a lot of escapees in that program. Most of your escapees are either work release or cleanup crews or something to that effect. So, I don't know, kind of like the elections, there's positives and negatives. But I don't want to harp on this much longer. The thing is, watch, if you haven't voted, do so. Of course, by the time you'll see this video, it'll be long gone. Because today is actually election day. I typically post on Saturday, so by the time you guys see this video, the election will be over. So you either did help out yourself and your community or you didn't. And when I say you didn't, I don't mean the wrong candidate got it. What I mean is you didn't get off your lazy tail and go vote. You know, I'm tired of hearing people complain that didn't even get up, go to the voting poll, which is usually just a block or two from your house, no more than a couple miles, and, you know, stand in line and do what you're supposed to do. If you don't want to vote, that's fine, but do not complain about it. That's really all I've got for that. I don't want to harp on it anymore. I didn't post anything for Halloween. I was going to do another Halloween special, but I just, like I said, y'all, I was sick and I just didn't feel up to it. We did go to a couple haunted houses. I went to the Nashville Nightmare, and it didn't happen the day I was there, but either a couple days before or a couple days after, I really can't remember, they had a stabbing at the haunted house. Apparently what had happened was one of the employees, which is really a volunteer at the haunted house, went in and changed the fake knives for real ones. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I've always had that weird little fear of that, because I mean, you don't know who works in these things. You don't know what kind of background check they've been through. You don't know what kind of security process they go through. I know that this particular haunted house, when we went through it, had all kinds of security measures in place. I mean, I'm talking metal detectors and everything. I had my badge in my wallet, so when I laid my wallet on the little thing to be scanned, it started beeping. They didn't want to touch my wallet, but they needed to know what was in it, so I opened my wallet and there was my badge. So, you know, that was a little bit of excitement, because they pulled me off to the side and said, hey, do you have your weapon? Do you have your weapon? And I did, but it was in the car. But the badge that I have doesn't entitle me a weapon, because I'm an emergency responder. I'm not a cop anymore. So it's funny, because people don't even read these things. But anyway, they saw the badge, and they kind of didn't want me in there, but they ended up letting me in, and I don't know, it's kind of funny. But yeah, just, it scares me to go in these little haunted houses and stuff, because you really don't know who's in there. And I've always had, like I said, a little fear that somebody could be doing something. I just kind of brushed off as, nah, surely not. And then it happened. You know, dude stabbed somebody else, and, you know, it just, I don't know if I'll be back to another haunted house. It's not I'm a wuss or anything, because I can pretty much handle myself, but it is extremely hard to defend yourself if you don't have any means of protection or weapon, and someone's got a gun, knife, club, sharp pointy stick. It doesn't really matter if you don't have anything, and they do. They've got the upper hand regardless. Tell me what y'all feel about that on the haunted house thing. Don't really care to hear anyone's comments about the voting thing, because a lot of people's going to disagree with me on that. But I've seen a lot of comments on Instagram and Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, kind of agreeing with me. What was that? Y'all just saw a bobcat? That was pretty cool. I hadn't seen one of those in a long time. I swear I get distracted over anything. It's just kind of funny. Well, guys, I guess that's all I got for this one. I love y'all, and roll tide.
I was a storm, and I passed right over you, and I tried to eclipse the sun, in the hopes that you love the tumble and spray in your face, and the sky broken by light.